He keeps it, now hands off into the left corner. Doan, and a Doan cross-court pass for Jayton Knight is deflected out of bounds.
Yeah, San Juan here early in this fourth. They need to find some offense here and see if they can keep it. I mean, it's back down to 15 here. We got to get this thing into striking distance.
Yeah, 64-49 is the score. The Broncos to inbound here in the offensive end. A tight man-on-man, it looks like right now, for American Heritage, and it forces a turnover. And now a little behind the back, Kyle Mena goes around Doan right through the D to the bucket, and he scores.
And that's 2 possessions in a row. The Broncos are kind of just standing there trying to take a charge. You'd rather just see the kids play that tough defensively and at least body them up, even if it causes a foul. It's just easy buckets.
And this time Jake Ivins unable to make the shot, and then on the rebound play, he commits a foul. And so that will send it back the other way. Looks like is that the 4th on Jake now?
Yeah, it looks like Jagger Neves is checking it, I'd imagine, probably for Jake here.
So Jake Ivins to 4 fouls here, 6:28 left in the game. Winatana gets Jake Ivins in the air, and now they'll dish over. 3 on the way for Larson is no good. But American Heritage beats San Juan to their own rebound, and Mena will lay it up and in from the left side. He's got 8. Coach Nielsen is going to call a timeout as American Heritage has stretched the lead once again, back up to 19 points. This may be the largest of the game for the Patriots at 68-49.
That's a good timeout by Coach Nielsen. American Heritage came out on fire that 4th quarter, and yeah, you got to just kind of get your boys settled down, get them refocused, see if you can make a run here with this last little bit of the 4th quarter. Yeah,
I think we've got about timeout. Time is running on the clock right now, but I think we've got about 6 minutes to go in the game. High school hoops tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, brought to you in part by Furniture Gallery, Dependable Auto Repair, Primary Residential Mortgage, Four Corners Electric, San Juan School District Adult Education, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Bradford Tire, San Juan Counseling, Pick-a-Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, San Juan Mortuary, Four Corners Homes, Utah Navajo Health System, Main Street Drug and Boutique, San Juan Credit Union, Tailor-Made Wooden Heritage, and Innovation Medical Group. A huge thanks to all the sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. And again, this is not our last game of the night, believe it or not. Tipping at 8:30 tonight, and about 35 minutes is the scheduled time for Monument Valley and Paiute at the 1A preview. So when we're done here, we're going to hopefully get a chance to talk with Coach Nielsen again tonight, and then we'll send it over to Richfield where David Boyle will take over in the nightcap with Monument Valley playing, I would assume, the last game tonight. I don't know. They may have a 10 o'clock game over there tonight. A lot of teams. The preview's always fun. Always fun to play at the Sevier Valley Center. But we're back here in the San Juan gym right now. There's Jagger Neves back on after a long hiatus. Missed the reverse layup, but Trip Palmer is right there to clean it up with a nice putback. So the Broncos get points out of their timeout, and that's all you could ask for right there. And now American Heritage trying to answer. Weston Larson 3, no good. Rebound out of bounds on the baseline.
Man, if you're San Juan, you got to get some bodies on some guys underneath. I feel like we struggled rebound to come out of this 4th quarter. They've had a lot of second chance points. Luckily, that one went out of bounds. But you got to start boxing some guys out to only limit them to 1 shot.
Anthony Doan lobs it up high for Jagger Neves. Pulls inside the arc, misses the 19-footer. R.J. Daly with the putback. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. No basket that time.
I guess on the flip side, San Juan's done a really good job crashing the boards on the offensive side. I feel like they've had quite a few second chance points tonight as well, so kudos to them on hitting the rebounds hard on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. And R.J. Daly is at the line right now. Free throws are obviously key with the Broncos down by 17. You got to have all these to be sure. And he makes the first, so that's a good start. And Daly up to 7 points for San Juan. 5:33 remaining in the ball game now, 68-52. American Heritage has led from the start. It's been hotly contested here at times tonight. A little bit of chippiness in the gym and some fun times, I think, tonight. It's been a good game.
No, this has been fun. It's been entertaining. I love the energy that San Juan's played with.
Broncos looking for a defensive stop right here as Peary spins on Jagger Neves, and Neves provided enough defense to force the errant shot, and the Broncos will get it back as it goes out of bounds.
Jagger's done a really good job defensively today. They've kind of put him on the hot hand, and I feel like he's done a good job contesting shots and making it difficult.
This time he battles his way to the hole, has the shot deflected, but they're going to say he was also fouled, so Jagger Neves will make a trip. And let's see, this is likely going to be on number 4, I guess. This may, yeah, that's who that is. It'll be his 4th, Sam Vanderbeek. And that must have been just on the follow-through because he did get his fingertips on that shot, prevented the bucket. So Jagger Neves will shoot 2 right here. And the first rolls in. It took a while, but it rolls in.
San Juan doing a great job with their foul shooting tonight. It's been a really big part of why they're still in this ball game. They've gotten to the line a lot, and they've made a lot. So
yeah, they're 15 of 20 right now for 75%. I do hope that doesn't jinx anybody, but I mean, that's been something that, you know, there have been many times over these last 2 years calling San Juan basketball that I've said, you know, if they'd have just made those 9 foul shots that they missed, they'd have been either right there or in the lead. And tonight, that's not the case. They've done their job from the line. Now, American Heritage threw this off the leg of one of the San Juan players. Nobody knew where it was for a minute, but I guess because it was kicked, American Heritage will just reset with 24 seconds on the shot clock on the far side.
Probably not bad for San Juan. They were a little bit scrambled defensively on that. So
sneaky passes here, and now Anthony Doan reaches around. Winatana strips that ball away, but they call the Broncos senior for his second foul. And let's see, I think that's, no, I guess that's just the third
number
for San Juan.
Number 3, it looks like. Number 3 on Anthony as well.
Are they going to give Winatana continuation here?
I guess so. This might be the NBA now.
Gee whiz. Okay, so the third on Doan, so I had missed one. And yeah, they're not in the bonus. This is a shooting foul, so Winatana misses the first. That's a break for San Juan, who are within 13 here. 4:47 to go. It's still doable. It's going to take an impressive effort. But Winatana misses both of the foul shots, but San Juan didn't box out very well as Winatana wreaks some havoc down under there. A little bit of contact, and ultimately it goes out off San Juan. So American Heritage gets another shot at it here. And the Broncos, yeah, I think you would have liked to have seen them a little more aggressive to the ball, but I guess they weren't aware where it was.
Yeah, boxing guys out on a foul shot, too. I mean, that's just something you got to have. You can't give up free rebounds.
Now Jagger Neves steals it midcourt, drives down, lays it up and in. And Jagger Neves with the last 4 points in a row for San Juan. They're back to within 11. And speaking of 11, here is a dish from number 11 and a 3. No good for Weston Larson. So Kyle Mena to Weston Larson, no good on the 3. San Juan back the other way. Pull-up jumper from Jagger Neves, misses everything. And it comes down to American Heritage. Winatana will float the 3, no good. A lot of contact as he ran in for the rebound, but San Juan gets it. R.J. Daly all the way coast to coast, lays it up and in. Gets the finger roll, and San Juan is back to within 9 again.
Got a little bit of life here. Defense has created some good offensive opportunities. If they can get a couple more stops here, we could be looking at a tight ball game here in the final minutes.
Oh, nice little give and go or a pass to a streaking Mana Winatana. Believe it or not, that's his first points of the night as they found him wide open going right to the hole. 70-59 now. Jagger Neves thought about the 3 for a minute. Yeah, I see Jayton Knight. I don't know, Jayton Knight's really come off a lot since he's been in. He's hit 2 threes for San Juan tonight. They might give him an opportunity again. Anthony Doan this time, baseline drive off the foot of an American Heritage player, but Doan somehow found a way to feed that through to Trip Palmer, who banks it in. Palmer has 6 for San Juan, and the Broncos stay within 9.
Well, good job by Anthony sticking with that one. Again, we just have some defensive stops here, and fouls, I'm not sure how many that puts on us, but we're going to be pretty close to the bonus here before too long.
Yeah, I think that is 4. And the first on Jagger Neves as he had to tackle just about Mana Winatana right there as he was going to go around him. But just under 3 minutes now to go in this ball game. Broncos within 9, and now they're really hoping that Winatana's not good from the line here.
Okay, I was going to say they were about to let him shoot, and then that would have been even extreme for the NBA if they would have given a continuation on that one.
Right, I see. So, yeah, not a shooting foul and not in the bonus yet.
Moving screen.
And now an offensive foul against Kyle Mena will be his third. And I think the fourth on American Heritage in the fourth quarter. So now both teams are going to move into the bonus on the next foul. And here is Jagger Neves with the basketball to Jayton Knight. Now hands off to R.J. Daly and back to Neves. Neves crossover to the baseline. Pump fake. Can't get the shot to go as he finally went up with it. And the rebound down to American Heritage. Mana Winatana walking it across, dealing with the defense of Jagger Neves. And now Jayton Knight steps in to steal the cross-court pass, but misses the layup. And I tell you, if it comes down to a 2-point game, remember that play. That's two that you want right there. That would have pulled them back to as close as they've been since the first quarter, I believe.
Man, that was a great defensive play by Jayton, too. Just read that pass and just anticipated it. But, yeah, you'd love to have that shot back.
And now Coach Winatana is going to call a timeout here as his team gets into the offensive end. And the Broncos just, I think, have to reset, forget that last little series, and get back to it. Keep fighting, keep playing D, and keep creating opportunities. 70-61, and we are nearing the final couple minutes here tonight. And we're going to take a quick break ourselves. We'll just take 30 here, and we'll come back to the San Juan High School gym. It's High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Blue Mountain Hospital, we're thrilled to welcome Cade Lyman, Dane Lyman, and Brian Kirk, joining our unparalleled team of healthcare professionals. Blue Mountain Hospital has been setting the standard for rural hospitals since 2009.
But have battled, have rallied a couple times in this second half, and are showing some real heart, some real character here against a very tough Patriot team that really kind of can produce offense at will. And so San Juan, the definite underdogs, just scratching and clawing in this one.
Yeah, San Juan does not want to go away quietly, and you love to see the character, like you said.
And now American Heritage ends up throwing this one away as the Bronco defense stepped in the way of a couple passes there right at the end. It looked like American Heritage was going to work a nice play, but the Broncos will get the turnover, and now they could pull back to within 7, 6 with a 3. As Jake Ivins hands off to R.J. Daly. The Broncos content to just try to set it up here. Daly on the dribble. Picks it up. Now gives to Anthony Doan. He thought about the 3, faked it. Now floats up the fade, no good. Trip Palmer beating everybody to the loose ball underneath, though, and he gets the, I guess, technically a putback, even though the first shot didn't make it. And so the Broncos are within 7. It's 70-63. And now underneath, they're going to send it to Niwai Winatana, wide open, going to the bucket. He'll lay it up and in, makes no mistake. He's up to 29 points for American Heritage. And it's a 9-point lead again, 72-63. Little give and go from Daly to Doan, back to Daly. And he gets the bucket from the right baseline. Down to the final minute 10 in this one. Mana Winatana, my goodness, Jayton Knight comes in like a wrecking ball and a big hit under the basket. Knocks Brady Peary flying, and he's going to go to the line.
I think American Heritage's coach is wanting a flagrant there. I mean, if you're San Juan, you don't mind that foul. They've given up too many easy buckets like that, so, I mean, at least make them earn it at the foul line.
So Jayton Knight guilty of his first foul, no question about that. And they are in the bonus now as American Heritage, so this should be a 2-shot situation.
Yeah, I don't think they went with the flagrant there, which they might have had. They might have had something to stand on there. It was a pretty hard foul, but I guess you can see why Jayton was a good defensive end this year for us.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good hit. Hey, we said at the beginning of the game we wanted to put some hitting in the game, so
Yeah, well,
they have. The players have done it.
They have. That was a good hit.
I mean, you know, Jake Ivins took a big hit. Brady Peary takes a big hit right there, and he makes the Broncos pay for it as he hits the first of the two. So second shot forthcoming. It is the final minute 7 of this game, and the Broncos have been as close as 7 points, but the lead back to 8 now, and Peary could make it 9 again, and does. 74-65. The Broncos have really showed some battle in this one. That may be Brady's last appearance, Peary's last appearance tonight, as he goes off with 22 points here. He's been their second leading scorer tonight.
Yeah, if you're San Juan, you got to get points. You got to get them quick. I mean, you only got a minute left on the clock. You're down 9.
Yeah, you got to have that urgency. They do draw the foul here. I think this will put San Juan in the bonus. So down to the last minute, but Anthony Doan's going to go to the line. He's been good from the line today. He is 5 of 6 right now. And San Juan needs him to go 2 of 2 right here. Down by 9 points again. And he drains the first. So he's done half of his duty right here. I guess now you could miss and work a rebound play.
Yeah, you got Tripp in there who's been hitting the boards hard.
Yeah. That's right. But Doan drains it instead. And that makes it a 7-point game again. 74-67. Exactly a minute to go. We'll take another quick break ourselves. San Juan down by 7. High school hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Compared to the vocational schools of the past, today's career and technical education courses span nearly every industry, including health science, business, digital arts, and computer science. CTE students learn valuable, real-world technical skills with a solid academic foundation while exploring career options or pursuing their passions. Did you know San Juan School District offers 19 CTE pathways for secondary students? To learn more, talk to a school counselor or CTE teacher today.
Like, I've coached every single one of these kids.
Back live to San Juan High School. Rhett Sifford and Bobby Bowering welcoming you back to what's been a fun one here tonight. A game that San Juan is heavily underdogs and holding their own right now against American Heritage. You know, Bobby, that's one thing that Coach Nielsen has told me all year. They want it. They look forward to playing these teams like this. They want to show that they belong on the court with a team like this.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think you could have asked for any better effort or any better enthusiasm out of the Broncos today. I mean, they've been down a couple of times and they've responded every single time, and they're playing to the very last whistle. So that's what you love to see.
Yeah, they force a real quick timeout right here with a full court press, and so we didn't really. I think we only used about 5 seconds off the clock right there, so I'm thinking it's about 55 seconds remaining in this one now. So really that's all that American Heritage wants to do is keep possession, force the foul for San Juan here.
I think so, and San Juan came out in that full court trap defense, and I don't think American Heritage is ready for it, so I'm sure that's why they called the timeout, see if they can come back and talk to it, because if you're American Heritage, you can't afford to turn the ball over right here and give San Juan any quick, easy baskets.
Well, we'll see what the two teams draw up out of this timeout, full-on minute timeout. So we just keep it here, and we're glad you've joined us tonight. It's the third of 4 games on the docket for you here tonight. The Monument Valley boys are going to be tipping it off soon at the 1A preview in Richfield. That game is scheduled for an 8:30 tip, so technically 20 minutes away. I'll check in with David and see where they are. We are hoping to be able to have a little bit of a post game here tonight, get you some stats and maybe even a short conversation with Coach Nielsen. And San Juan with the press again, but American Heritage breaks it easily, and scoring easily was Brady Peary. So real quick two for American Heritage, and so that's the timeout, drawing that play up to beat the press. San Juan back the other way. Trip Palmer misses. He was open underneath the bucket. And American Heritage out ahead. Winnetana rolls this one in this time as they start to stretch it a little bit here. Now R.J. Dowley for 3. That'll bounce off. A little bit of desperation for San Juan now in the waning moments. And here's Jayton Knight, who has pulled no punches here tonight, battling for the ball on the near sideline.
Well, kudos to American Heritage. They came out and they had a good play drew up for that full court press, and they had an easy bucket coming off the transition, and I think that was probably the dagger for San Juan right there. I mean, kudos to San Juan battling all night long.
Yeah, American Heritage, I think for a team like San Juan here in the early stage of the season to battle a team like American Heritage, I think the Broncos can hold their heads high tonight. That's for sure. First shot is good for Weston Larson. Makes it 79-67. It was good to see. I don't know if you saw. I saw some high fives or low fives between opponents there, and that's good to see after a game that's been so hotly contested. And I think we've had a couple near fights here tonight. So.
No, you like to see kids be competitive. You like to see them giving their all on the court, and then at the end of the day, you like to see them respect each other too. So yeah, good on both teams.
Well, the Broncos commit an unforced error at midcourt here as Jake Ivins turns the ball over, and now American Heritage works it back in. Broncos are fouling here left and right, but they're not going to get it. And now finally, who else but Jayton Knight steps in and just swats Brady Peary to get the foul. So Peary's going to go to the line again.
Well, I mean, if you're Coach Nilsson, I think you see some good things out of your squad here today. I mean, you got a lot of good minutes from some young kids that haven't necessarily played a lot of varsity time.
A lot of good bench minutes for sure.
And so, I mean, I think he's probably got a lot of good things going forward that you can take with this going in tomorrow against Bayfield.
Second foul shot is no good for Peary, but he made the first, and now the Broncos turn it over again coming into the front court. So the rails have the trains kind of come off the rails a little bit here in the last probably half minute or so. But, man, the Broncos were within 7, but at this point, American Heritage starting to pull away a little bit again. 14-point game now with all the foul shooting here. It's going to look less close than it was.
Yeah, the Broncos had their chances down the stretch. I mean, they cut it to 7 a few times, but just kind of struggled to get those couple stops that they needed to on defense to, cut into that lead a little bit more and give themselves a shot here at the end.
Winatana makes both foul shots. Looks like he may finish tonight with 33 points in this game, 11 points ahead of his average. Now San Juan actually throws the ball away again, so I think San Juan's committed 4 turnovers in their last 4 possessions. 83-67. American Heritage only needs to inbound this time, and that's it. And so it's going to be an 83-67 final. The San Juan Broncos dropped to 1-5 on the season, but again, a real tough opponent tonight, heavily favored, and the Broncos held their own. They spotted them a lot of points, which I think hurt, but then really rallied a couple separate times in the second half to keep this one fun at the end. And so pretty strong finish right up until the end for San Juan here.
Yeah, obviously some things to clean up. We talked about turnovers, transition defense, different things like that, but those are obviously things that you can go back to your team and clean those things up. But then as we kind of alluded to a little bit ago, a lot of positive things too from the Broncos tonight. Got good minutes out of some good kids. Never gave up. They went all the way till the end. They were aggressive. They matched American Heritage's energy, and they never backed down. So,
well, we'll take a break and we'll come back out. I'll check in with David Boyle, see where things are at the Sevier Valley Center, and we'll see if we can get some final game stats for you and maybe chat with San Juan head coach Easton Nielsen in just a minute. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops from the San Juan High School Gym in Blanding on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Hello, my name is David Palmer, and I am the Parks and Recreation Director for the City of Blanding.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Stubbs. As a recently elected San Juan County Commissioner,
we are so excited to collaborate with SJC-PAC, Coalition, and San Juan Counseling to bring parents-empowered messaging to our beautiful Wellness Center pool area.
Parents Empowered is a Utah campaign designed to help parents understand the power they have in reducing the risk of underage drinking.
Survey data tells us that youth perception of risk in San Juan County in all grades went from 83.6% in 2019 to 68.3% in 2021. This means our kids don't understand the damage that alcohol and other drugs can cause on their developing brains.
Did you know that Utah teens reported that parental disapproval is the #1 reason they choose not to drink?
Never assume your children know what your rules, expectations, and attitudes are. Write them down and discuss them with your kids so they understand the reasons behind them.
Bonding is essential to preventing underage drinking. Children are less likely to drink when the parents are involved in their lives and when children and the parents feel close to one another.
Together, we can help build a stronger San Juan County.
Let's do this!
Utah is our home, unique in its strengths and struggles. And sadly, suicide in Utah is one of our greatest challenges. So people across the state are coming together to answer the call, to change our culture around suicide and mental health, to give hope and provide genuine help. Together, we can get through, lift up, look ahead, and live on. Learn how you can reach out at liveonutah.org.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the San Juan High School Gym. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Bobby Bowering here as we begin the post-game show now on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And the final tonight, American Heritage 83, San Juan Broncos 67. So the Broncos dropped to 1-5 on the year, but it was quite a battle. The Broncos even won the third quarter, came back to score 19 in that third quarter, their best quarter of the night, and beat American Heritage 19-17 in that third quarter. And Bobby, you know, we're down by as much as 21 in this game, and then battled back to come to within 7 close to the end of the game, and a couple times in that second half. So a lot of fun.
You know, that was a fun game to watch. San Juan just keeping it close the whole time. They withstood some really good runs from American Heritage, and they kept it close right here on their home court. And I guess, like you said, coming in as underdogs as they were, you probably couldn't ask for very much more from them.
No, not at all. Let's take a look at some final shooting here. And team-wise, American Heritage was 30 of 54 from the field, and so that's 56%. San Juan had exactly as many shots, but were 22 of 53 for 42%. From two-point range, American Heritage 70%, 23 of 33, and San Juan was 17 of 42 for 41%. From three-point land, this is, you know, American Heritage did a lot of first-half damage, but the Broncos came on to get close in the second half in the three-point battle. Patriots 7 of 21 for 33%. Broncos ended the night 5 of 11 for 46%. So they actually shot a better percentage from beyond the arc tonight, did San Juan, and we'll talk about that individually here in just a minute. But from the free throw line, San Juan with their best night of the season, 78%, 18 of 23. So that really bodes well if they can continue to shoot like that from the line. I know that has been a struggle for them over the last year and a half. And for American Heritage, they were 16 of 21 for 76%. So the Broncos actually won that battle as well. That's a real good indication, I think. Just individually for American Heritage now, Niwai Winatana finishing the night with 33 impressive points. Brady Peary had 25, and that was really the bulk of their offense. But Wes Larson finished with 10, 8 for Kyle Mena, 4 points for Jaden Adams, and 2 for Mana Winatana, and 1 point for John Bushman. 3-point baskets, 7 of them, 5, not surprisingly, to Niwai Winatana. You could see why he is their leading scorer. That kid can just shoot the lights out from beyond the arc. If you give him any space, he's going to be hitting those shots.
He was impressive tonight. I mean, started off hitting those threes, and then he had some really impressive finishes around the rim too. Just a really all-around good basketball player.
Yeah, I guess I should say he's not just good from beyond the arc. He's tough to contain for sure. But the whole team was. They were quick, obviously, a lot of sneaky passing and just good work as a team. But yeah, once the Broncos made a defensive adjustment on him, they played a lot better against Winatana in that second half.
Yeah, they did, and I think that was a big reason why they were able to come out and make the runs that they did. So, you know, kudos to Coach Nilsson and the Bronco defense for coming out and rising to the challenge.
2 more 3-point baskets for the Patriots, 1 each for Wes Larson and Brady Peary. For San Juan, it was Jake Ivins leading the way. He had a great night tonight, 15 points for Jake. R.J. Daly had a good night as well, came on strong in that second half to score 12 all night tonight. Anthony Doan came in as the leading scorer tonight. He ends with 9. Trip Palmer had 8. A lot of bench points here for San Juan. Really good also for them. They had, Brigham Nielsen and Jagger Neves had 4 points each. I missed Jayton Knight had 6. I missed Owen Adams as well. He actually had 7. So many guys scoring tonight. I'm missing some points here. So had a lot of points off the bench. And Justice Black is the last man in line. I think he had 2 points tonight. So I don't think I missed anybody there. Just kind of willy-nilly throwing out those points. But 3-point baskets for San Juan. They spread it out a little bit more. 2 each for Jake Ivins and Jayton Knight. And then 1 3-point basket for R.J. Daly late in the game there. And again, the Broncos 5 of 11 from beyond the arc for 46%. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be back out for some final thoughts. We'll see if we can maybe rustle up Coach Nielsen to come chat with us, and we'll finish it out here from the San Juan Gym. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops post-game show on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Are they still in there just talking?
I think so. I haven't seen anybody come out yet.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to. We got about 7 more minutes or so, so I'll just play all these last commercials. I'm going to probably let Easton grab your headset if you don't mind.
No, yeah, if he comes out, I'll hand it to him.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Blue Mountain Hospital is offering in-hospital and at-home dialysis, advanced sleep study clinics, pain management, hip and joint replacements, and cutting-edge radiology, including 3D mammograms. We're thrilled to welcome Cade Lyman, Dane Lyman, and Brian Kirk, joining our unparalleled team of healthcare professionals. Blue Mountain Hospital has been setting the standard for rural hospitals since 2009.
Kim?
It's the cleanup lady. Yeah.
Oh, she's the worst.
Back live to San Juan High School one final time tonight on our broadcast. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It was an 83-67 final for American Heritage here tonight in Blanding, a game that the Broncos battled hard against a really tough Patriot squad, and I think showed their own and showed up well against this team. It's Rhett Sifford and Bobby Bowering welcoming you back one final time here tonight. We're just going to have some closing thoughts. It looks like they're having a good meeting in the locker room right now, and obviously a lot to talk about. A real character game for this Bronco team. It really bodes well. I mean, you come out and play a team like American Heritage like this tonight, I think you should be able to walk a team like Bayfield tomorrow, where really sets you up. I mean, this is a type of game early in the season that really can give you a little momentum.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't think San Juan has anything to hold their heads down about.
Not at all.
It's like you said, it's early in the season. It's Coach Nielsen's first year. I mean, you've got a lot of basketball ahead of you left. So build on the positives that you saw tonight and get ready to rebound and come out and let's end the weekend with a win.
Yeah, and I think we'll get a chance to talk with Coach Nielsen tomorrow prior to the game and then after the game, of course, because we're the final broadcast tomorrow in a 4-game set again. So we'll look forward to those conversations. And I know what he said all year. You want to play these type of teams not only to prove that you belong on the floor with them, but for the same reason that you guys on the football side like to schedule tough teams. It makes you better, and especially early in the year, you suffer losses like this. It helps you know how to move forward. And, I mean, a loss against a team like this is, first of all, was expected. They were heavily favored tonight. So to play them this close, I think, is just exciting if you're a Bronco fan. And it can really go a long way to boding well for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think so too. And, to pull a quote out of Coach C's book, I've always loved after a loss on the football field, he says, you know what, we win or we learn. And that's a mentality that you have to have. Come out here, learn the things that you need to learn. You're going to learn more in a loss than you are in a win, I guarantee that. And so, take it for what it's worth and get better for it. So,
man, you say that you heard Coach C say that after a loss. When in the world have you heard that, a speech after a loss?
It's been a while, but that was such a good quote. It's been imprinted on my brain. So
it must have stuck with you from 3.5 years ago. My goodness. All right, well, and you talk about guys coming off the bench for San Juan. All of a sudden it really spread out. We weren't just calling 6 or 7 guys' names tonight. We had 8 and 9 guys out there playing for the Broncos tonight, doing well.
Yeah, and you love to see that. You love to see guys stepping up when you need it. And as a coach, you love to see that you can rely on some of these other guys too, that you can bring them in if you need a little bit of extra fire, if you need, a little bit of a change up. And so, I thought that was really big for the San Juan Broncos tonight. And kudos to those kids that came in off the bench. I mean, I could name them all, but
right.
But yeah, they all came in and they really did a lot to help the San Juan Broncos stay in that game tonight.
I think this is a team that's a little, as far as basketball goes, rough around the edges. Basketball maybe is a more refined game than football, but these kids come out with their passion on their sleeves, man. And, there's a couple bulls in a china shop, if you will, and just a lot of passion, a lot of hard play, and maybe sometimes a little out of control, but you hope they kind of rein that in as the season goes along. But it's fun to see the passion tonight, fun to see the excitement and the team camaraderie picking each other up and doing battle here tonight in the trenches. So.
Yeah, and, these kids are competitive, None of these kids like to lose. I know every single one of them is going home thinking about the things that they personally can do to help the team out to be better. But like you said, it all comes with time. It's a hard transition going from football to basketball. They're 2 totally different sports, and basketball is definitely a little bit more of a fine skill set of a sport, and it does take a little bit longer to hone that in. So I don't think you should be too worried if you're, the Broncos. But again, just take it for what it's worth and work on the things you need to work on, and I think they'll be where they want to be at the end of the year.
Right on, Bobby. It was a fun broadcast with you. Our first this season, first of hopefully many. I know you said you're going to do some traveling this year, so
well, let's hope
it's a commitment. Sometimes it causes, as we talked about, marital strife. We travel lots of miles covering these teams from southeastern Utah. We're used to it. The Wasatch Front folks complain when they got to drive 30 minutes, but we're used to this stuff. So, yeah, we're going to sign off here tonight, I think, and then we'll talk with Coach Nielsen tomorrow. I know he's coming up, but we're out of time, unfortunately. We're going to have to send it over to David, I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can talk to you for a minute. We'll just run over a little bit as Coach Nielsen's going to don the we're just talking about how good your team played tonight, the heart that you guys had, the battle against a real tough team here tonight, and obviously no reason to hang your head. I know you had a good visit there in the locker room. So
yeah, I got to be honest. With every game you look back and you're going to see different things to adjust and whatnot, but I haven't been as proud of that group as I am right now, because there was 4 different times where a very good basketball team hit us right in the mouth, and we fought our way back every time.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it was pretty inspiring to watch. I'm very proud of the growth that we've achieved from Tuesday to tonight. I feel like, you can't deny it. It's coming. It's coming. We're going to get there.
Do you feel like this is a game right here that can really kind of springboard the rest of your season?
I absolutely do, and I felt that coming in, It's one that, looking back, I've said this every time. You can call me a broken record. There's things we could have done that probably would have flipped the result. But, by and large, as far as offensive power, that's probably the best team we've seen so far. That team can flat out score.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they were a well-oiled machine. Well, you made some adjustments and kind of shut down the Winnetana kid a little bit better in the second half.
Yes, we did. I was really proud. If you go back and look at the stats, they hit 5 threes in the first quarter, and they only hit 2 more in the second, third, and fourth. So we were able to neutralize their perimeter threat a lot. They're big and physical, and they run, and it was a battle. It was a battle from start to finish. But, like I said, I'm very proud of the way we answered the bell on that battle. as the year goes on, we're going to find ourselves winning these games, and it's going to be dang fun.
Well, you brought some kids in off the bench and got some excellent bench minutes here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you get put in a hole the way that we got put in a hole, sometimes you've got to turn to somebody who's hungry. And we obviously had some foul trouble that influenced that. AD got into early foul trouble. Keaton Ivins got into some foul trouble, and that you know, kind of forced our hand that way. But those guys came in and battled their butts off. And how can you not reward them, and how can you not stay the course when they bring that type of energy?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Coach, we are a little time pressed. I'm glad you came up to chat with us. Good visit in the locker room. We'll talk with you before the game again tomorrow. They're going to give us enough time to have a pregame show. So good game tonight, Coach. Not a win in the win column, but I think maybe a win in the hearts and the minds of your team as far as the rest of the season goes.
Yep.
Thanks, Coach. That's Coach Easton Nielsen for the San Juan Broncos. Thanks for the visit. We are going to sign off now. We'll go to commercial break, and when we return, it's going to be David Boyle taking over at the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield as our full-on weekend of high school hoops continues on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It'll be the Monument Valley boys taking on the Paiute Thunderbirds tonight in the nightcap at the 1A preview in Richfield. Rhett Sifford saying thanks to all the folks involved, the sponsors, the StreamUtah.Live crew tonight headed by Caleb Carr. Want to say thanks to Bobby Bowering here with me tonight on the broadcast. And again, all the sponsors and all the listeners and viewers tonight, you're the reason why we do it. All right, we'll send it to commercial, and when we come back, it'll be David Boyle at the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield. Thanks for joining us tonight as High School Hoops continues on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. High School Hoops is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Health, Car Shop Auto Body, Colleen Kays, author of The 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power, Red Mechanical, Flights Gymnastics, Northern Electric, Emory Telcom, Napa Motor Parts, Creative Floors, San Juan School District CTE programs, Blue Mountain Foods, Energy Fuels, Precision Rehab, Lee Contracting, Desert Rivers Credit Union, Holiday Construction, San Juan Pharmacy, Canyonlands Tire, Diamond Propane, Red's Ace Hardware, Southeastern Utah 7-Eleven stores, Blue Mountain Hospital, Furniture Gallery, Dependable Auto Repair, Primary Residential Mortgage, Four Corners Electric, San Juan School District Adult Education, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Bradford Tire, San Juan Counseling, Pick-a-Stitch Embroidery and Apparel, San Juan Mortuary, Four Corners Homes, Utah Navajo Health System, Main Street Drug, San Juan Credit Union, Tailor Made Wooden Heritage, and Innovation Medical Group. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.